Villanueva and Gilbert and Pouncey, they have got De Castro, a tremendous offensive line, and the defensive line of New England's going to have their hands full. You can't say enough. Everybody talks about 100-yard plus rushing performance in his last 7, 170 last week. That delayed reaction getting to the line of scrimmage works for Le'Veon Bell. But you cannot say enough, Ted and Jim, about the Steelers' offensive line. And Ted, the game that Jesse James had was absolutely fantastic for the kid from Penn State. So you got to focus on the Steelers' offensive line. They may be truly, if not the best, in the top 2 or 3 in the National Football League. Jim.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. What they've done, what Le'Veon Bell has done. When you look at Bell's running style, that delay style he has, those linemen have to hold those blocks a little longer. And it's just, and it's just amazing, he's able to do that, and they're holding those blocks, and he gets right through, and it's just, so, that style of running really adds a little bit of the pressure onto the linemen, and they've come through, they've done a great job.
And the Steelers, Mike Webster and Dermontti Dawson, and now this kid, Marquise Pouncey, they've had some great centers in their career, in their existence, but this Marquise Pouncey gets out in front of Le'Veon Bell, and is just a tremendous athlete. What an advantage he is for the Steelers. But Ted, talk about the offensive line a little bit, and also the performance of Jesse James this past week.
Well, I've been a Jesse James fan since we started the beginning of the season. I think he's really just starting to come into his own. Everybody misses Heath Miller and the ability that he then had to communicate and connect on plays. But I think you're starting to see Jesse James starting to fill in that role. He's still a very young player. He's got all the physical tools, and he showed he's not afraid to catch a ball and take people on. So I think Ben's going to have to really use him this week, because the one thing that Kansas did is they found a little bit of the technique to put a hole in Le'Veon Bell's game by bringing in those linebackers and having them play aggressive up in the holes, not giving him the chance. They break down right at the line, and they follow Le'Veon Bell, and they had a much better second half than they did the first half against him. And that Belichick is going to be watching that film probably for about the 50th time already as we speak, and he's going to have some solutions. So you've got to be able to do something that pulls those linebackers off the line as they're filling. One of the best ways you can do that is with Jesse James, and have him start breaking it down so that he's being covered by a safety, and he's too big and too strong. So he's one of the keys that you got to really winning the game this last game.
All right, and one of the things I found out to be an amazing statistic, New England's defense has not given up a single 100-yard rushing performance all year long, so there'll definitely be a challenge there. Just a couple of other names that I've been thinking about that we need to be looking at as far as the Steelers game. How much can you say, but nothing but surprise, what Sean Davis have done and Artie Burns have done in the secondary? And the future is all of a sudden, Ted, when we all thought all hope was lost last year, it seems to be very bright right now as far as the Steelers secondary.
Yeah, they've really filled in the whole defense with a lot younger guys. They've really stepped up this year. But having that many rookies play for Steelers defense is a complete surprise. And having them play as well as they played. But you have to remember, they're no longer rookies. Now that they're in the postseason, they're the equivalent of second-year players, and they're going to get better and better. So I think the defense is going to be able to hold toe-to-toe with New England. I think Brady obviously is going to present a challenge. I'm just worried about what kind of a game plan Belichick's going to come up with against the offense. But these young defensive players have just proven to be very, very good, and I think they're going to do nothing but get better.
Now, we will walk the line against the spread, and it could obviously change between now and then with Ted coming up on Sunday. But I must tell you, it makes for great theater, makes for great drama, and we have to add a little soap opera to it. Ted, what do you make of the whole Antonio Brown?
He's been a showboat. I mean, he's had issues all year long with some celebrations in the end zone, getting untimely penalties, and he's going to have to get control of himself. He's in the biggest dance he's going to have ever been in this week, and we hope in a couple of more weeks. So, and I think the people who are going to get on him, I know Mike Tomlin's all over him, but it's Ben Roethlisberger and some of the real veterans on the team are going to really get on you. He's just a tremendous football player. He's just, and you got to say this, that, all right, he's a young guy. He's very, very talented. And he just came off with one of the biggest catches of his career in order to get a first down in that last series of plays. Because he doesn't get a first down, Ben doesn't get a first down. Then all of a sudden, you're looking at a completely different game where a 3-point field goal could win the game. So to have a young guy like that, whose spirits are just flying high because of what just happened, you got to give him a little bit of space.
Yeah.
And with today's social media, I think everybody's still learning how the dangers of this, just like you said, can bite you unexpectedly.
Did you say Donald Trump was still learning how to use social media? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
He just got into a social media war with the Chinese president.
But here,
we're going to have a fun 4 years. Let's put it that way.
Here is cheers to our next president of the United States, Donald Trump. We're looking forward to that. The inauguration, by the way, CBS Radio with award-winning coverage, and we'll also be carrying that, of course, on News Radio 1020 KDK. 2 more players, and I promise I'm done. And Ted and I will continue this tomorrow night at Legacy Studios in East Liverpool. How about Bud Dupree?
He has come on amazing. I mean, there's a guy who coming into the season, I think there were a lot of question marks about him. And just, he has really just stepped up his game. He's been, especially in the playoffs, he's been unstoppable. Last Sunday, he was tremendous. And you saw the week before against Miami and the hit he put on the quarterback, and it was just, he has just been a dominant player. So he's just having a tremendous year.
Ted, this is my thought about Bud Dupree. Agree with me or not, I'm a Joey Porter fan. I'm happy that it's working out and he was back on the sidelines. I actually think he loves being a coach. He loves being around football, and I believe he is definitely making these young players play extremely well, Ryan Shazier and other. What about his influence on these linebackers, and especially Bud Dupree, the kid out of Kentucky, who looks like he is a future, at this point anyway, Pro Bowler?
Yeah, well, Bud Dupree's still learning how to play his position under Joey Porter, and he's got more talent sitting in his back than we've seen, and he's going to get better and better. And the Steelers have always obviously been known for their outside linebackers, and it looks like he's going to be able to fill that position. But I'm telling you, this kid's got a long way to go. He's going to learn, become better and better, and I think Joey Porter obviously is a key to his development. And, Porter's going to figure out, just like everybody else, you can't make these mistakes in such a high-profile position. But I think the job that he's done with these young linebackers is spectacular.
All right, I'm the only person probably in Beaver County that has as much love for Bill Belichick as those fans in New England, and Tom Brady too. My son Robbie and I argue all the time. He's not a believer, I am. Obviously, I want the Steelers to shine. But LeGarrette Blount is another player who got another chance. Dion Lewis, no one ever thought, the kid out of Pitt. How can you not say this guy is on a winner? And what about LeGarrette Blount? For some reason, he is the one that I'm most concerned about.
Yeah, he's just, obviously what can you say about what Belichick does up there? There's a lot of reclamation projects that he brings on board, people who maybe are on their last chance, and certainly LeGarrette Blount was, and he came up there and he's been a difference maker for them too. Adding that running game to Brady's passing attack, and it's just another dimension. He is the size, the quickness, so he's been just been amazing what he's done up there. And you thought once the Steelers cut him, he'd never be seen again, and Belichick picks him up, and now he's just tremendous player again.
All right, Ted, last word. Bill Belichick as a coach.
The best, the brightest. I mean, he has done stuff. You look at the very beginning of the year, where if he didn't come up with the game plans with his staff that he did, New England may not be in the position that they're in. Everybody expected them to be maybe 0-4. If they got away with 1-3, it would be great. He takes second and third string quarterbacks, makes them winners. He takes, like you said, some outcasts and other players, turns them around, develops a system around them. And that's one of the fears that I have is one against Shazier. Shazier extremely fast, very quick, great middle linebacker, but undersized, and you got a big blunt that's going to be pounding away. So it's one of those matchups that we're going to have to watch. That if he doesn't get the support from the defensive line, Shazier, that is, Blunt could have a very adverse effect on this game as far as the Steelers are concerned.
Ted Arnaud, AT&T Sportsline, Jim Equals, Beaver County Times. His wife, Naomi, is here on the AT&T smartphone. Thanks to the Papa family. It's always nice to stop by. That place is so nice in your neighborhood where they always have the lights on and the chili dogs ready to go. The Brighton Hot Dog Shop. Cheers. We'll talk to you tomorrow night as we continue to count down to the Steelers at New England on Sunday. We'll be at Legacy Studios in East Liverpool. Ted and I. Good night.